Published 0400 Est. 29 November 2017. Updated 10:52 Est. 29 November 2017. A teenager has been charged with causing death by dangerous driving after 3 children and 2 men when a stolen car ploughed into a tree. The 15-year-old wept as he was remanded in custody at Leeds Youth Court on charges of causing the death of 5 people on Saturday night. Brothers Ellis and Elliot Thornton, 12 and 14, Darnell Hart, 15, and Robbie Meeran, 24, when the Renault Clio they were travelling in hit a tree in scenes described by police as complete carnage. Father Anthony Armour, 28, also D. The 15-year-old has been remanded in custody at Leeds Youth Court on charges of causing the death of 5 people who were killed when the Renault Clio they were travelling in hit a tree. Pictured, the mother of one of the victims, being comforted at the scene. Brothers Ellis, 12, and Elliot Kimmett, 14, were 2 of the 5 people killed in a car accident on Stonegate Road in Leeds. Darnell Hart, 15, left and 24-year-old Robbie Meeran right, also D when the car ploughed into a tree. Police believe 6 people were in the black Renault Clio when it crashed in Stonegate Road in the Meanwood area of Leeds shortly before 10 p.m. The car had allegedly been stolen from a supermarket worker in the Headingley area of Leeds at 6:30 p.m. the same evening, and was driven at high speed when it crashed. Half the car is said to have disappeared on impact. Anthony Armour, 28, was expecting another baby in 3 weeks, sporting a black eye, and with his left arm in a sling. The boy stood in the dock in court this morning, and spoke only to give his name, address and date of birth. A man and a woman, believed to be his parents, sat directly in front of the dock. After he was remanded in custody by District Judge Marie Mellon, the boy pushed his fingers through the gaps in the security barrier for his mother to hold, before he was led away. Prosecutor David Holderness said threats had been made against the youngster from members of the deceased families, and there was a police presence outside his family home. His solicitor Stephen Smithson described the events as tragic circumstances. He will appear again at its Crown Court on December the 13th. On Monday, Detective Chief Inspector Jim Griffiths told reporters that emergency services had been confronted by a scene of total carnage when they arrived. Relatives of the dead brothers were among a succession of people who have visited the growing shrine of flowers, balloons, candles, and messages at the crash scene. The 15-year-old was taken to hospital with serious, but not life-threatening injuries after the crash. A second 15-year-old, who is understood not to have been in the car, was arrested in the area, but later released under investigation. 2 of the victims died at the scene and 3 later in hospital. In a heart-wrenching post, Ebony Thornton said her brothers Ellis and Elliot were her world. Officers arriving on the scene the following morning described scenes of total carnage in a heart-wrenching post. Ebony Thornton said her brothers Ellis and Elliot pictured were her world. On Monday morning, the mother of one of the victims pictured arrived at the scene, and spent some time just standing next to the tree, looking at the scene. On Sunday evening, members of the community gathered at the scene to pay tribute to the victims. She added, "I wish I told you I love you every day. I wish I didn't shout, argue and fight with you. I don't think I'm ever going to get over the fact you have gone." She also revealed how her mother had given birth to a stillborn son at just 16 weeks in September, meaning she has lost 3 sons in just over 2 months. Another resident said her husband had gone out and seen the remains of the car and described it as a lump of metal that was not recognizable as a car. Cheeky chappy Elliot Kimmett, 14, was described as so loving towards his family. Anthony Armour's partner Sarah Louise Priestley paid an emotional tribute to him, describing him as "my world" and more. He was a father whose partner was expecting another child in 3 weeks. Detective Chief Inspector Jim Griffiths said, "When I arrived here in the early hours of Sunday morning, this was a catastrophic scene. All the witnesses, all the police officers, all the emergency services that were here would have seen. Absolutely, a scene of total carnage. It would have been a horrendous situation for anyone. Sorry, we are not currently accepting comments on this article.